Okay, so we're trying to be a little bit more coherent. The affirmative brought up how in 1974, Congress managed to override the veto of then-President Ford to pass a significant amendment to the Federal Election Campaign Act in 1971. And actually, I thought it was kind of funny. Like, it was crazy, but it's on there. It says, other key provisions of the law included provided for the public financing of public presidential elections, required the disclosure of political contributions, limited expenditures by candidates and associated committees, except for political candidates who accepted public funding, limited candidate expenditures from personal funds. So the thing I'm wondering about right now is that if you look at how much money has been spent in the presidential race in 2016, I think it's the highest of any presidential race of like American history. So when you look and you see that Hillary Clinton has gotten $112 million this election cycle to spend on her campaign, the idea that we can just have public financing of every single facet of the election process, the entire country, I just don't see how raising taxes that much is going to like engender like goodwill between the government and other people. Also, I wanted to say that $10 for every person in the United States is $3.35 billion, which doesn't sound as much when you say it's $10 from the pocket of every single person. It's actually kind of a lot of money. Chief Justice John Roberts, who's come up a lot in this, who fought off 2 more attempts to overturn Citizens United and thus strengthen it, said, "It is not an acceptable governmental objective to level the playing field or to level electoral opportunities or to equalize the financial resources of candidates. It shouldn't be the government's job to say that, look, you have $15 million and somebody else has $150,000, but you can only spend the same amount of money on your campaign." That just doesn't really seem to make sense to me. The other thing I wanted to say was that if you look at Bernie Sanders' campaign right now, he has 5 million individual contributions from across the country, and that's without having public financing be a part of government. I think that if you take the idea of the political process right now and you make it be run by the government, you're just opening it up to the same exact corruption that we're complaining about tonight. Also, I forgot to bring the quote up here, but I'm pretty sure what it said was that elections are not decided by money, they're decided by who shows up to vote. Usually more than 50% of the country doesn't go out to vote for the President of the United States. So if we're talking about what leads to corruption, what leads to like the bad things in America right now where we can't trust our political leaders and the Republican nominee is going to be Donald Trump, it's like the weight has to be put both on the electorate and on the people who are financing the campaigns.